The day that I discovered oat milk, my life has changed. Welcome again. Your unnecessarily overaware girl is here again, which means that my channel has not been discovered by my Turkish followers yet. So today we're gonna be doing 3,000 pieces puzzle with you while we talk about relationships. I decided to talk about this topic where I realized a couple of months ago that my perspective on love has ruined. I mean, there were lots of space for me to actually observe and understand myself since I'm not actually engaging in any relationships. I guess it has been a year. I had a failed relationship, and after that I didn't even have a proper talking stage until a couple of weeks ago. Sometimes some people come into your life and you know that those people are not for you, so you quit. Or sometimes good people walk into your life, and since you're at the beginning of your 20s, your life is kind of like a roller coaster. You cannot settle for a relationship. You say, maybe the right person, but a very wrong time. As a person who studies psychology, it's a great thing for me that psychology is getting more popular and popular every day, and people are becoming more aware about it. But there is this trap in understanding psychology and always exploring psychology. Since we were kids, people always tell us that not every information that you see on the media is true. So do not grasp everything, question it, do a little research before accepting it, believing it. But we don't actually do that. I mean, there are thousands of psychologists on social media who are giving advices, who are pointing out your flaws and saying that something is wrong with you. There are lots of people talking about relationships, boundaries, not settling for less, finding the greatest partner. I think before social media psychologists, every people had their own way of experiencing relationships, making mistakes and learning from them, and sometimes letting themselves be vulnerable to the other person, getting hurt and learning after that. Not just trying to label the feeling, but also actually experiencing it and sometimes not understanding it. And this is actually how we become human, you know? And they create a global meaning of love, assume that that definition applies to all of us, as if we're all in the need of the same thing, you know? We're gonna dig deep today. Let's start this puzzle thing. I'm not saying that this is gonna be finished in 2 videos, 3 videos. It may take a month. I really love doing puzzles. And fun thing about doing puzzles, like I don't think I've mentioned before, but I had therapy sessions for about 3 years, and I started them because of my perfectionism. I definitely told you that I have issues with perfectionism. In one of my sessions, we were talking about how much I love doing puzzles and how much it relaxes me. Like, I mean, you could have just leave me for 5 hours straight and I could be still doing puzzles just by listening. Olivia Rodrigo's new album, which is exactly what I was doing back then in COVID-19. And right now, if I was not recording for you, I would be probably listening. You seem pretty sad for a girl so in love. By the way, my favorite song from the album is What's Wrong With Me. While you were talking about that, he said something very intriguing. Even after we finished our therapy sessions, it stayed with me. He said that maybe you love doing puzzles so much because it satisfies your perfectionist habits. I mean, you are looking for missing parts in a picture and you're trying to fill them, and you actually fill them, and it made so much sense. The first thing on my list is the illusion of boundaries. I don't know how much it's common in US TikTok For You page. Like, I mean, it's all over everywhere in Turkish For You page. People give advices about how you should be protecting your boundaries. Basically listing so many actions that means that they are crossing the boundaries that you should be protecting. And they're kind of creating collective boundaries rather than individual ones. People from different characteristics find each other. And if they are complementing each other, just like puzzle pieces, they start a relationship. When we say relationship, I think it also means that they become best friends. I mean, you might be a person who is very strict about what you wish to do. This is totally okay. And I might be a very indecisive person. I might just want to adjust myself according to you. That might be actually what's comfortable with me. So, whose boundaries that we should be taking into consideration? We may be looking for different things in life. I might be very strict about not drinking from this specific cup, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you should be also very strict about not drinking from this cup, you know? Like, this is my boundary. This is the line where after that I feel uncomfortable. This line for you might be there, and there's no actually right place for this line. When people are talking about psychology, I don't think they're actually defining what those boundaries are. The second is love language. If he doesn't buy you flowers, you should be breaking up. If he doesn't take you out on a fancy dates, you should break up. There are lots of different lists which indicates the actions that person does if he is in love. I mean, that could also apply to women, but most of the times when I see it on videos, they are mostly talking about men and their behavior. When you start checklisting rather than actually understanding what you look for in a partner or in which way you feel loved, then you eventually do not experience love. You're just trying to build a structure of relationship, but you're not actually feeling it. I think feeling love is such a precious thing. I mean, I'm kind of like a hopeless romantic when it comes to love, and I feel like loving someone and also being loved by someone, but truly actually feeling that emotion inside your chest as if it's all over your body, because I've experienced that before and I know what it's like. And I don't think it's a one lifetime experience. I think when you have a partner that you love so much genuinely, it's such a fulfilling and also a precious thing that you don't want to lose. Creating a perfect boyfriend image with the social media is kind of like a blockage. When you meet with people having those checklists in your head, you eventually try to look for things that could complete those boxes. Tick. He buys flowers, that's great. Do not have many followers, okay, that's a check. You look for things. You're not actually trying to get to know that person. You're not actually trying to learn their character. What are the things they like? What are the things they hate? What are the little habits that they do in their normal life? What they're actually looking for in life? What are their biggest dreams? We often forget that we experience love in a very different ways. I might be a person who craves for acceptance from other people, which may lead me to look for more words. I might be a very neglected child, and I might crave for a partner who actually remembers small things about my daily life and take cares of me. Or for another person, I might be someone who likes getting very expensive gifts. Like, there are tons of different ways that people can express their feelings. You may be missing very important things by just looking at social media standards and partners. I've experienced that before. Sometimes there are some people in your life, it's not like general capability of people of understanding situations. Like, I might be a very emotionally intelligent person, but still I might not get what you are going through. I might be a psychologist, but still I might not reflect the empathy that you need. But there are some specific people who comes up into your life, and it's very easy to open up to them. I think this is my person moment. Like, you can tell them anything about yourself. Like, every thought that comes into your head, everything that you cannot admit, every harsh feeling that you don't want to say it out loud even while you're alone looking in the mirror or anything. But it's just so easy to express all of them to that person because you know that that person, specifically that person, is going to understand specifically you. What I'm saying is you should have your own definition of feeling loved. I really do like flowers, and when someone gifts me flowers, it's something that makes me very happy. Since it's something that makes me really happy, I want a partner who honestly knows and kind of values buying me flowers just because he knows that I love them. Like, back then, I had this kind of strict checklist about getting flowers by a man. Like, my partner should buy me flowers 3 times in a week. But the actual checklist is feeling loved. When a person expresses that love in a way that you actually feel it, it doesn't matter whether he gives flowers or not. Like, today, my biggest concern about my future partner is that whether he actually truly is willing to listen to me in my hardest times, tries to understand me, and tries to care about things that I find important, who supports me in every condition, and even when he thinks an idea is dumb and lame, how he expresses it, and whether he helps me to develop that idea. And I don't know, I want my person to see my good sides and contribute it. Today I saw a video on Instagram, and in that video it says, who would you trust and who would you want to describe yourself to yourself if you have lost your memory? Like, you don't remember anything about yourself, and you should pick a person who is going to tell you who you are. Who would you pick? Like, I would want to pick my partner. Another thing I really do hate, I despise all of those advice videos and people talking about relationships and giving strict rules to follow, kind of deriving from this thought, which is lover being the underdog. No one wants to be the one who loves more. No one wants to be the one that puts more effort in the relationship. People are so scared and terrified of saying that they actually like a person. It's kind of like an embarrassing thing right now, loving someone. Maybe in another video where if I feel much more comfortable about my English and much more confident about it, maybe I can talk about this issue because this is something that scares me a lot. The illusion of self-development. Actually, we kind of briefly talked about this. When people watch so many videos on social media, they kind of feel like they are putting so many effort to their self-growth. And by watching all of those videos, they feel like they are empowering their confidence, gaining much more awareness about themselves. But this is honestly not the truth. Making peace with yourself and actually becoming healthier and healthier psychologically do require to be vulnerable at some times and actually exploring your feelings in a way that they are. But social media kind of puts us in a way where we escape our feelings, where we feed ourselves with fake confidence, fake self-awareness, fake self-protection. And lots of the time people are so scared to be hurt that they're not even letting themselves to learn from the heartbreak. We become individuals who only feel good when the life is good, but we don't know what happens when the life gets really worse because of this illusionary healthy self. We're not trying to improve ourselves just because we think that we have already did. No one wants to be the one who is rejected. I'm not claiming that you are doing all of those things. I'm also doing that. I'm saying to myself too. If you don't know, I'm an author, and here in this shelf you can see all of my 3 novels, which some of them are kind of like at the bottoms. Most of the time when I struggle with a feeling, I find myself writing poems. I really do love them because it's a way that you use metaphors to grasp an emotion, and you're only expressing it in 1 or 2 words, which makes them more powerful because like in novels you have plenty of paragraphs and everything, and you can describe in very detailed way. In poem, you just need to find the right words and match them so that you create a small little picture who grasps the intensity of that emotion. I've realized this when I'm writing poems. Like, I have this kind of fear inside of me that prevents me from writing what I actually want to write because I don't want to seem like he moved on and I got stuck there. Honestly, did mention that person again, and I kind of feel like he cannot watch all of those videos, so I'm very brave opening up the subject to you. There was a person in my life. We don't even know how that happened. We found ourselves sharing lots of harsh truths. He touched somewhere in my heart where I didn't touch in a very long time. He unintentionally helped me a lot. Like, I write poems about every situation, okay? Every time I feel loaded, I actually pour myself onto the paper. So while I was writing about him, I found myself kind of scared of being the one who got stuck on a person. And then I realized how much I'm scared of feeling something. Let's say we're not talking about that specific person, but I actually got stuck on a situationship. Why is it something so scary? Why is it something so lame? What happens if he does not love you at all, like none, but you still love him and you're still thinking about him and you're still writing poems to him? I think in our generation, not many people have this capacity of loving someone and experiencing the love in a very naked way, let's say, emotion-wise. If you are able to do that, you should be very proud of yourself. So I thought to myself, lover is not the underdog, lover is the winner. Even not reciprocated, ability to feel that emotion is still a win, because there has been times that I cannot experience that kind of a feeling. Like, I was not feeling anything at all for a very long period of time, and when I had this connection with that person, I thought, okay, it's so nice to feel things. It's so good to be able to write a poem with your intense feelings. And the last thing is kind of like the general idea of actually what we have talked about so far. I feel like we become more numb. We build castles around ourselves and we call them boundaries. We tried so hard to protect ourselves from getting hurt that we are not actually learning. Even when you look at your immune system, a bacteria comes into your body and then you get immune to them. You cannot protect yourself without getting that bacteria in, like even in the biology. I mean, I'm not saying that just dive into situations where you 100% know that you're gonna get hurt. No, that's obviously not the healthy way, but I'm saying that for a good cause, you maybe get a little bit hurt and that doesn't hurt. You know what, guys, if I ever start spending my daily life in English, there are so many things that I would most probably talk about. Like, sometimes when I try to find the right words, I got really stuck. And actually, I'm trying to think in English too, because like if I think in Turkish and then try to translate it into English, that's a mess. There are so many things that I want to say, but I'm just stuck in that moment, you know? Like, so every time I say something, try to understand, try to expand it more. And I also realized that doing 3,000 puzzles with me while I talk is kind of impossible, and this content is not going to last forever. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I only managed to match 12 pieces, and if I go with that speed, I might be already gone to United States and came back to my country, so this is not a very convenient way of taking videos. But anyways, like in my Turkish channel, I will also be making a video about this subject too. If you are very curious and if you actually want to hear my honest thoughts in a way that I can express myself better, you can go and watch that video with English subtitles. I mean, sometimes it translates wrong, but there was this one follower that commented on my previous video. She said that she went and watched my graduation video in my Turkish channel and she kind of understood me more, which was good. Guys, thank you for watching my first video, by the way. Like, I saw a couple of comments and you're gonna be so precious for me if I ever continue these videos because you gave me so much confidence and support. And there was this one follower like who actually put a paragraph for me, which was very intriguing and made me question in a good way. So I already thanked her, but thank you once again. And I don't know, like, actually guys, there's this question for you. Do you feel like the ideas are flowing in the video? Or do you feel like there is a girl in front of a camera who tries to build some sentences, but okay, thank you for being here. Bye.